think
You are handsome.
wow.
你们知道吗？我之前16岁的时候也在这里上课。
第一次来中国交换的时候，你的父母是怎么看？
他们有点害怕，因为他们不太理解中国，不知道到底中国人怎么样。这是每一个四川家最需要的事情。
大家好，我是路易吉，今天又来路易吉。Today I've got a really unique story for you guys. At 16 years old, a kid from USA was sent halfway across the world to a high school right here in Chengdu. The first student of his school to ever make that step.
有一个来自美国的男孩，他不远千里来到中国，来到了成都，开始了自己为期3个月的学习和生活。这是艾迪在成都双流中学实验学校上的第一堂课。
I'm from Durham, North Carolina, where the Duke University is.
It was supposed to be temporary, but something happened during that year, and somehow that experience put him on a completely different path. I'm about to meet him now, and today we are going to find out what really happened, how it changed the course of his life, and what it is about China that made him stay. 那么话不多说 let's go meet him, guys. There he is, my man.
Luigi，
好久不见。
好久不见。
最近怎么样？
很好，你呢？
很好，很好。在成都的生活怎么样？
当然很安逸。你饿吗？你吃饭了吗？
还没有，还没有。
我住附近，我们去吧。
好的，好的，走吧，走吧，我跟你走。Where are you taking me?
I got a special surprise for you.
Oh, now I'm curious.
Here. Well, wait.
Where's your bike?
This is the Lambo.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah.
Damn,
This is my baby right here.
looking very
You
clean.
excited to go for a ride?
Sure. 要不你先快速的自我介绍一下，我们是怎么认识的？你来自哪里？然后你现在在中国做什么？
已经快3年认识了。我们是在西南财经大学的那个中文课里面是同学。
对，
我是来自美国佛罗里达州，你们知道吗？佛罗里达州惠阳县人。
你现在在中国做什么？
我现在在读研，我马上要毕业，然后继续在中国发展。
你第一次来中国是什么时候？
我第一次来中国是我16岁的时候，高中的时候。
哦，
我一会儿可以给你们看那个学校。
哇，真的吗？你要带我们去？
可以，没问题。
哇，
欢迎光临，进来。
哇哦，
哦耶！到处都有中国的特色，比如说这个麻将的桌摊，我特别喜欢打麻将。
真的吗？
当然，偶尔会邀请一些朋友们，这里可以吃个火锅，吃完之后很舒服，之后我们会打麻将。然后你看，屈原，中国的地图，我们可以看，哦耶，我们在这里，我们可以去这个地方、那个地方、这个地方，就是我学习中文的地方。
哇，感觉你好勤奋，
好命苦。
你在这里每天都学中文吗？
不算每天，但是每天。我每天花几个小时在这里学习。
语言
这是我干爸给我的项目，他去拍卖买到了，然后送给我，给干儿子的礼物。
你的干爸也是中国人？
是的。
哇，这个也挺好看的。
这个提醒我的胸应该有撑住，这是每一个四川家最需要的事情，
这是
最关键。
哇，干杯！
干杯！
你觉得你在成都这边，你的生活方式和之前在美国的生活方式，你觉得区别很大吗？
肯定有区别，应该最大的区别肯定是在中国，所有人都说中文。第二最大的区别就是吃什么东西。我们在四川确实非常幸福，因为我们的四川菜确实好吃，有辣有麻。第三，我在美国，我住在一个比较农村的地方，所以没有地铁，说实话也没有公共汽车。在所有中国很大的城市，交通很方便，可以坐地铁，可以坐公共汽车，有各种各样的非常方便交通的方法。当然也可以开车，我也有我的电瓶车。美国很少有电瓶车，这个也是一个非常大的区别。
你跟我说你第一次来中国是16岁的时候，我想了解一下，就是你原来来中国的原因是什么？
我15岁的时候，我的学校开始开通一个中文课程，我那个时候开始学习中文。有一天，我的高中校长突然给我说，现在有很多中国学生来我们学校，但是从来没有一个美国学生去他们那里，你想不想去中国学习？然后我直接给他说可以。我去吧。
你当时16岁第一次来中国交换的时候，你的父母是怎么看？
从我开始学习中文到现在，一直非常支持我。虽然他们有点害怕，因为他们也 不太理解中国，不知道到底中国怎么样。
他们也来过中国吗？
他们来过。
他们觉得怎么样？
他们觉得特别好玩。差不多1年之前，我的妈妈来中国，然后我们去探索很多地方。中国对她来说也是个好地方。吃好了，吃得好饱。我们去我的母校探索一下，怎么样？
哇，太好奇了，走吧。
I honestly haven't been back to that school in a long time, and they've invited me, and it's going to be fun to see like everyone and see the school. You know, my first Chinese experience was here in Chengdu, where we're about to go to right now. The second experience was Fudan in Shanghai for a year during undergrad. The important part about Fudan was that it reaffirmed that I wanted to develop and live in China and be here for the long term.
So how many years in total have you spent in China if you add it all up together?
Probably like 4.5 now. You know, 我们到了。
那你现在感觉怎么样？回到你之前的母校，
确实有很多美好的回忆，也有很多老朋友在这边。
第一天到这里，你的感受是怎么样？
不可思议，那么多学生，那么大的学校。
我喜欢中文，我要学很多。我喜欢成都。
那个时候好像有1000多、2000多学生都在排队做体操。1、2、3、4。潘老师你好。
Welcome back, Eddie.
Thank you.
欢迎回家。
Thank you.
Eddie, do you feel like anything has changed since your first time here?
好像没有那么大的大门口，现在很大。他们的校服也有一些改变。我美国的学校在美国也算不太大，但是比这个中国的学校小了很多。
So back then, like, were there any other foreign students besides you?
We had a group of students come along with me, but they only stayed for like a few days, and then after that they left, and I was the only one here.
And how did it feel to be the only one?
Like a celebrity.
你觉得他们当时对待你的方式怎么样？
对待的特别好，很热情，当然很友好。你看他们，跟之前一模一样，他们都外国人这个好帅啊，对不对？ Here in one of these places, they'll have students. We can talk to them.
Let's see.
Hello. 我们今天来看一下我的母校。你们知道吗？我之前16岁的时候也在这里上课。你们在这里好玩吗？
好玩，好玩。
你们辛苦吗？
辛苦。
民苦。
你们现在在这边也有和他一样的国际同学吗？有啊，他是哪里的？
意大利。
Today they have to go to class, but because we'll be speaking a lot of English and providing a very nice English experience for them, they don't have to go to class.
I'm a bit shy.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Where are you from?
I'm from America. I'm from Florida.
Oh, it's a great place.
Yeah.
我想问一下同学，你们最想去哪个国家旅游？
来 UK and Australia。我想去瑞士。
然后就刚说UK，就是英国呢那些比如建筑啊那些，然后那些人文风情啊那些也是非常不错的。
那你呢？
Maybe it's Japan or UK.
Okay. Why do you want to go to Japan or the UK?
Japan is my favorite game. The Legend of Zelda is
Legend of Zelda.
from the Japan.
感觉你们都是很优秀的同学
确实。
加油，好好学习。
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too.
已经
You are handsome.
wow, you've become a celebrity again.
I told you. Back in the day, my classroom was that classroom right up there.
Like
right?
Under the
Yeah, like the top floor.
近四楼。
Yeah.
Nice.
That one was my classroom. And that's where I did all my Chinese classes and did some Chinese history classes, Chinese geography classes. I remember the first night that I got here, we had classes all day, and at night after class, before everybody went home, we would all play basketball here in the courts over here.
Yeah.
And there would be, like, the first night, there was like, it must have been like 100 students all watching me play basketball. And I'm not that good at basketball, so I was like missing all the shots. But they were still like, oh!
Being the only like American student here, did you ever feel like lonely or like you were a little bit detached from people, or did you actually never feel that at all?
The only reason I never felt lonely was because of how well they treated me.
You mean
Like-
the students or the teachers?
The teachers and the students. I had a lot of help. You know, the school gave me a lot of help, and the school basically prepared my classes, prepared the family that I stayed with, and like arranged all of those things. And if I had any questions, I could talk to them about that. Come check this out.
What's that?
You like that?
Oh, that's you.
That's my picture from back in the day when I was 16. I came here. That must have been one of the first couple of days I was here.
Wow.
Look, you can see Eddie Jia. Right
Wow.
there.
You made a lot of friends easily, I see.
Of course, it was fun and definitely life-changing in a lot of ways. The first Chinese experience coming here kind of like introduced me to like China in a lot of ways. And basically coming here in the way that I did through the school, I had such like an immersive, like an amazing experience, like living with the Chinese family, going to Chinese classes, and then like you could see I had like a bunch of Chinese friends as well. It basically connected me to not only Chengdu and Lige, but China, you know, forever. Yeah, now it's kind of empty because it's a weekend, but usually, you know, they have thousands of students like walking around, going to and from class, and you know, they're all like, hello, hello, hello. Of course, when I was 16, you know, I was like, oh my God, this is like kind of crazy. But like again, they're all friendly, all like happy to have you here, happy to welcome me. I'm sure the international students that have like come after me have like a similar experience. You whisper, yeah, look, they're having class. Back in the day, I'd be sitting right at the front because I'm a good student.
Wow. So what did your American friends think of you going all the way to China?
They thought it was kind of crazy that I got to go, but kind of like my mom and dad, my close friends all understood that China is a place where I'm very happy and I thrive in a lot of different ways. 这是我之前的中文老师。
老师，我想问一下，ID 之前调皮吗？
挺调皮的。
屁。
那作为老师教一个美国的同学是什么样的感觉？
我觉得就是也给我带来一种很不一样的体验。教了你之后的第2年，我们学校不是有一个 AFS 的项目吗？然后学校跟我说的时候，我就欣然同意了。我觉得跟他们打交道很有意思，他们的一些思想啊，就是跟我们中国的孩子还是有一些挺大的一些区别。
So right now we're gonna go to one of Eddie's old teachers who used to teach him here. Get to know about what was he like actually in class. 现在我跟艾迪和他之前中学的老师一起在吃川菜。Hello. 这么多年之后再见到艾迪，你是什么感觉？
我觉得很熟悉，又比较的惊喜。
作为一个中国的老师，当时突然在你的班上有一个美国的同学，你觉得怎么样？
我觉得增加了我很多的教学负担，经常所有的老师轮番谈话，让他不要那么调皮，但是没什么用。
他有点夸张，我那个时候很乖的。
成绩方面呢？
成绩方面还可以
，100%满分。
那你们当时是用中文沟通的吗？还是英文？
我们2个一直都用中文。
那个时候我们认识的时候，我刚刚开始学习中文，所以有可能在外面碰到的时候说英语比较多，但是上课的时候肯定说中文，因为他是我的中文老师。
但是我英语也挺好的，但是他要求我不要讲英语。
那他和中国的学生的表现有没有什么不一样？
有啊，因为中国的学生要考试，但是他又不是很需要考试，所以他就带着中国的学生一起瞎玩。
那艾迪回头看，你觉得你来中国的决定是正确的吗
？100%。
哇，我吃的太饱了，你呢，艾迪？
确实。
艾迪刚刚和你中学的老师重逢，你觉得怎么样？
我们好久没有见，我每次见到他都很开心，我也期待下次跟他一起玩。
So Eddie, to end this video, 我还有一个问题，就是
什么问题？
你还有什么话想跟中国和美国的观众说吗？
美国人，你们应该来中国玩一下，自己来看一下中国到底什么样。中国人，你也可以去美国，自己去看美国怎么样，应该跟你原来的印象有一点区别。
好，你们都听到了。好，我们下次见，拜拜，
拜拜。